Trish Stratus could have gave the whole world, and especially Jerry the King Lawler, 100% satisfaction guaranteed when she was offered the opportunity to pose naked for Playboy. But she turned it down. She destroyed everyone's dreams, and now she is explaining the reason why. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. And recently, Trish Stratus, during an interview with Inside the Ropes, has explained why she turned down the offer to pose naked in the Playboy magazine multiple times. Now, before we get into what Trish Stratus had to say, I want to just point out that I am glad she did actually turn down this, because for me, Trish Stratus was super over anyway. She didn't need to go into some magazine and pose nude and be naked. That's not very classy. Now, you can argue what Trish was doing in WWE, WWF wasn't very classy, but at the end of the day, it was storylines, it was entertainment. She was looking hot. I mean, at the most, she posed in her underwear. She posed in her bra and panties or a bikini. Stuff that she was doing anyway before getting in to the WWE when she was a fitness model and she would do photo shoots, etc. I think that is fine. I mean, at the end of the day, it is acting. I think Trish coming out and showing cleavage and not wearing much clothes, you can argue what you want, but at the end of the day, that's just her being sexy. That's her having sex appeal. And I think that is fine. Once you start posing completely naked for Playboy, that is, in my opinion, crossing the line. That is going into like OnlyFans territory. And I have less respect for those people. So I actually think it's a good thing that Trish, and I know Jerry the King Lawler is heartbroken at that, but I think it's a good thing that Trish never actually did the whole Playboy magazine thing. When you look at the list of people that done it, I don't know, they weren't as good as Trish. A lot of them weren't as over as Trish. You look at Maria Kanellis, Maurice. You know, these were just chicks that weren't doing anything in wrestling, and they thought they would take the extra money, the extra exposure, try and gain their popularity. But Trish didn't need to do that. And sometimes once you see something, you know, you don't really want to see it as much anymore. It was always good to not actually reveal everything you've got. And I'm actually kind of glad that Trish never done that. So, I mean, that's my thoughts on Trish deciding to turn down Playboy magazine. But this is what Mrs. Stratus had to say herself. She says, quote, "This whole sexy thing is not really my thing. Believe it or not, they asked me a number of times and I just declined a number of times. This whole sexy thing is not necessarily a natural thing to me. I'm very tomboy. Like, I look back at some of my interviews and they were like, what's your favourite? List your lingerie. And I'd be like, I wear boxer shorts, bitches. And I wear a tank top. How about that? The sexy thing was hard enough for me to pull off. I did that. But to be naked is just like, no, I'm good, thank you. And at the end of the day, I'm here to be a wrestler. I wanted to be the best female wrestler that ever existed." End of quote. And I agree with Trish Stratus. In my opinion, she is the best female wrestler that ever existed. I'd say Trish is first and Lita is second. Now, am I talking about just pure in-ring ability? Of course not. I'm talking about the total package. I'm talking about everything. Just like Hulk Hogan is considered the best of all time. No one would say Hulk Hogan was the best in the ring, but when you're talking about overall, as a professional wrestler, as a sports entertainer, Hulk Hogan is the number one guy. And I feel that way about Trish Stratus. But, I mean, she went on to say that she wanted to be the best female wrestler, and that's true, and I think she did do that. My problem is today, you've got a lot of women that run down the previous era. They run down the Divas era. They look back at the likes of Trish and Lita, and they almost don't respect them the same because they're from an era where women were being sexy and women used sex appeal to sell to their advantage. And I just want to say to those women that look down on Trish and Lita, fuck those women, because Trish and Lita are way better than anybody on today's roster. They were genuinely over, not like today where these women are just forced down our throats just to be equal, just to have this whole gender equality nonsense. We have to pretend that women are somehow equal to men now. They give us a whole Evolution pay-per-view. They pretend it was so great and they've never done a second one because they know it absolutely sucked. But no, Yeah, for me, I am sick to the death of that. There's a lot of female wrestlers now that they talk about empowerment. They talk about how like women are equal, and they talk about how they're better than previous women from different eras. Yet they have OnlyFans. It's like, how can you claim to be a woman that is getting over, oh, you're going to treat me as a professional wrestler, but the only reason people care about you is because of your looks and because you're, selling content online. People actually genuinely liked Trish and Lita. Yeah, they were hot. Yeah, they had sex appeal, but people genuinely liked these characters. You look at wrestlers today, a lot of the female wrestlers, there are no characters. I mean, look at Sky Blue. She's not got a character. She's not got a personality. She's got a good ass, and she shows it online. That's the only reason people like her. Okay, so for me, Trish Stratus, Lita, my two favourites of all time, and I'm actually glad that Trish never posed in Playboy because I think she's better than that. I think that some people believe on this channel that Fog Wrestling just want to see like all the women pose for Playboy and all the women, and that's not the case. I mean, that is not the case. We just want women to be able to use sex appeal because they are sexy at the end of the day and they should be allowed to do that. You look at the Liv Morgan stuff right now, it's the best stuff she's done in her career. And she's not posing naked. She's not getting on Playboy and getting her boobs out or anything like that. So, there's different ways to do it. You look at movies. How many movies? You look at action movies. There's normally always like a hot female in it, like a heroine that doesn't necessarily get naked. She doesn't do Playboy. She doesn't sell her body. But you always normally get like a hot female that's attractive and that is over in the film and that is popular in the film. And I think that's what women need to do. I mean, you look at guys like Hulk Hogan and you're attracted to the guy because of his charisma, because of his look, and because of the way he eats his vitamins and says his prayers, brother. And with the women, there's different reasons for liking the women. Like you're not going to like Stone Cold and Trish Stratus for the same reasons. That's what I'm saying. You don't like. There's different reasons you like Stone Cold, and there's different reasons you like Trish because Stone Cold is a man and Trish is a woman. But you look at this era today, and they just want you to believe that we're all the same. They want you to believe that the same reasons that you should like Drew McIntyre are the same reasons that you should like Liv Morgan, and it's just not the case. It's not true because men and women are different. It's a fucking fact. Anyway, guys, that's it. Women's wrestling sucks today. I wish we had Trish and Lita back. And I'm glad that Trish never sold out her body to pose for Playboy magazine because, to be honest, I mean, she's better than that. She was way better than that. She's more than some, untalented female hack that had to get naked in order to make money. So, yeah, guys, that's my opinion on Trish. I'll catch you in the next one. Till then, peace.